Hi everyone, welcome to Pre-Algebra. Today we're going to talk about integers. I am Hannah McAdams and I'm here with my daughter,
Ellie.
And she's so excited to be here. You should see her face. She's just absolutely glowing with excitement. Okay, so today we are talking about integers and absolute value. What are integers? Can you tell me what they are?
Any counting number?
Okay, that's part of it. So yes, so if we look at a number line, if you're going to count normally you start with 1, right?
Yeah.
And then 2.
In dance, you go 5, 6, 7,
Right.
8.
I know
That's
there are different ways to count, but usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And this could go on forever because numbers are infinite, right? Okay, so that's part of it, the counting numbers. And then I'm going to call them their negative counterparts. So if we have a 1, there's also a negative 1, right? And there's also a negative 2. And I'm not going to type all those, but you get the idea, right? And this goes on forever too. Negative 55 is an integer. Okay, and the number 0. Okay, so these are the integers. All right, we can't write them all because they go on forever in both directions. Okay, now, is 2 an integer?
Yes.
Yes, because 2 on the number line is right where that dot is, right? Okay. Is negative 7 an integer?
Yes.
Yes, because negative 7 is right on that dot. That's the way we could count. If you want, you can count backwards. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, all the way to negative 7. Okay, fractions and decimals are not integers, usually. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. 3/4. Okay, well, first of all, do we normally count by 3/4? No.
That's really hard.
It would be weird, right? And also, it's just not one of those nice, clean counting numbers, right? Where is 3/4 on this number line?
I'm assuming after the 1.
Right before the 1. Look, it's in between 0 and 1, right? Because we don't have one whole thing yet.
1 and 3/4.
Exactly. Okay, so that's not on that nice little circle where the number 1 is. So this is not an integer, okay? Is 2.5 an integer?
No, because it's a decimal.
It's a decimal, and it's right in between 2 and 3.
Because it's
right? Because 0.5 means 2.5, right? Okay, now there is an exception for this. Look at this number, 5/5.
That's equal to 1.
That's equal to 1, so do you see why that's an integer?
Yes.
Okay, what about this? Negative 9.00.
That's an integer because it's 0.00.
0.00 just means, it means the same thing as negative 9 here, right? Oop, I said 9. Oh, sorry guys, it's negative 9. Okay, you get the idea. All right, now what does negative mean? Negative can be tricky to understand, I think, sometimes. The farther to the right on a number line, the better. That's how I remember it, okay? It's positive, right? The farther to the right, the more positive it is. I'm using my hands and my daughter is making fun of me. Okay.
I do that every time.
Would you rather have $4 or $9?
$9.
$9,
No, $100.
right? Well, here's 4 on the number line, right? And here's 9 on the number line.
Which one's greater?
9 is more, right? So that's good. Okay. Now, we can think of negative as money that you owe. Now, I know you don't like this. We've been studying this a little bit in some of our other math, and you said you don't really like this, but if you owe your mom $5, do you have $5?
No, sorry,
No.
Mom.
You owe me. So when you get $5, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me.
What? I'm not.
Right? All right, now.
This is kind of like that. If you get a new phone, give your old phone to your
Yeah.
daughter. I'm not giving you $5 unless you give me a phone.
I'm not giving you a phone. Okay. Would you rather owe your mom $5 or $12? $5. Now look where 5 is. 5 is to the right more than 12, right? Negative 12. So that we will talk about negative when we're adding and subtracting integers, but today I just want you to know that the more to the right, the better. Okay, let's talk about absolute value. Absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. Okay, so for example, what is the absolute value of 8? This is not a hard question. It means how many of these little circles on the number line are there from 0 to 8?
8.5.
No, 8. So you can count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's the distance from 8 to 0. Now that seems like, well, duh, right? But let's talk about negative numbers here. Okay, what is the absolute value of negative 8?
I'm going to assume it is not -8.
It is not negative 8. That's good.
Very smart.
Okay, well, what's the distance from negative 8 to 0? How many circles are there?
9. Well, there's only 8 circles.
There's 8 circles, so it's 8.
Oh,
Okay?
it's not negative.
It's just 8.
positive.
Right. So the absolute value of negative 8 equals the absolute value of positive 8. Okay? Because this distance is the same as this distance. Okay? Is the microphone in the way there?
Yes.
Okay, we write absolute value like this. It's kind of like a straight line, and then we put the number
seen
in the
that.
straight line. Yeah, that's
Never
absolute
known-
value.
I have never known what that meant, though. I just thought it was like a parenthesis thing.
It kind of is, but it's saying what is the absolute value, or what is the distance from 0 to this, whatever number's inside of it. Okay, so what is the absolute value of -4? So another way to ask that is, how many dots are there from -4 to 0?
4.
4. It is 4 away. So the absolute value of -4 is
4.
4. Okay? All right. What is the absolute value of 6?
Can I say -6 even though it's positive?
No, you can't. It is positive 6, right? It's just the distance from 0 to 6, which is 6.
But it would be even more confusing if it was backwards. If 0
Right.
to +6 was a -6, and then
Right.
0
Well,
to
I will give you an
-6.
example in a little while, not today, but sometimes they can put a negative sign outside of the absolute value, and then it means -6. But we'll talk about that later. For you today, guys. Thanks. I will talk to you next time. Thanks for being here, Ellie. Wasn't this
welcome.
fun?
It was just amazing.
Yeah.